Yo, I'm Toycat, and when I think of Saudi Arabia, I think of oil, and maybe a severe lack of human rights. But this video is about what would Saudi Arabia be like without that oil. Since over 80% of all of Saudi Arabia's exports are mineral fuels, which is mostly oil, this is clearly a crucial part of their economy. In fact, they export more than $200 billion of mineral resources every single year. But without this, what would Saudi Arabia be like, and could it even change the world? So the story starts in the 1930s after World War I destroyed Europe, physically and economically. But for Saudi Arabia, this is when they started to transform from a low-income country, or LIC for short, if you're here to learn about abbreviations, that's the best bit about any history or geopolitics video, am I right? But they transformed into a more trade-focused nation. This was, make no mistake, down to oil, and when Saudi Aramco collaborated with Texaco and Chevron to help start the country's oil empire and to explore their mostly untouched oil fields. Another country which has been affected by oil is Venezuela, but perhaps in not such a good way. Venezuela is heavily corrupted and recently suffered one of the worst hyperinflation disasters the world has ever seen. Maybe without oil, the level of corruption would be nowhere near as bad, and it's one of the examples of where oil sort of ruined a country's prospect. And this really can't go without being overstated in a video, because Venezuela is literally sitting on the world's largest reserves of oil. They have the resource the entire world runs on. The entire world is demanding this resource from them, but in spite of that, many of their citizens are starving. Many of their citizens have had their entire life savings wiped away by the hyperinflation, which, you know, not just regular inflation, not just really big hyperinflation, inflation in the millions of percent. It really, you know, when we talk about this, it can't be oversaid that, like,